Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. In this video I want to explain to you guys why do I prefer a 6 GPU rig instead of an 8, 10, 12. I do understand that there's benefits when you're building a bigger rig because you will be using one motherboard, one processor, one memory set, so of course you will be saving a bit of money. But for me personally, that's the only plus when it comes to building a bigger rig. However, there's other things that obviously are a bit more important to me, and for me it's worth investing a bit more money and having two 6 GPU rigs rather than, let's say, one big mining rig. And the benefits personally for me is, one, I think it's much easier to assemble the 6 GPU rig instead of obviously a bigger one. I think there's more complication, especially when you go into sizes like 10 and 12. Of course it takes less space, so where I live in a flat, it's it's very convenient because the rigs are not too big, so I can obviously place them around the flat in different places, different rooms. So that is definitely a convenient thing. If I was to have a 10 or 12 GPU rig, this would be a huge box in a way, and it will really pick up a lot of space, which I think it will be inconvenient for myself personally. Of course, when it's smaller, it's also easier to move around. So if I have to move anywhere, even take it somewhere out of my house, it will be much easier than the big mining rig. Good benefit as well is, as I said, I can move it around. So if I have currently 6 mining rigs, I can place each mining rig in a different rooms of my flat, which will mean that the heat's not going to be too bad. Now, can you imagine if you put in one room, and if the room is not too big, and you obviously have to live in it because it's in your flat, and you put a 10, 12 GPU rig, the heat and the noise will be extremely, I think will be unbearable, especially in the summertime. So this is definitely a no-no for me, and it is livable when you put a 6 GPU rig, at least in my situation, in one of my rooms. It does change the temperature a bit, but it's not too bad. So definitely it's something I can bear. But if I was to put especially a big GPU rig like 12, I think it will be crazy, and really the heat and the noise will be just way too much. However, this is some obviously things that some people can live with. Other, like myself, I can live with, but I don't want to, for the sake of saving few dollars here and there. So I obviously prefer to have the 6 GPUs, easy to move, less space, bearable heat and noise, and I can spread them around very easily because sometimes I even put it in the hallway, where the hallway is not too wide, but the rig is small, so I can move, I can go around it. And of course in the hallway it's not even affecting the room temperature, so it's very good for that. If I was to put a 12 or 10 GPU rig, it will be much bigger. I may have to jump over it to go. It's just a bit too inconvenient for my liking. But the most important reason for me to prefer a smaller GPU rig, and the 6th one in that case, is the fact that if anything was to happen to the rig for whatever reason, it stops. If you have a big GPU rig like 12 one, if that was to stop, you're gonna have 12 cards not working at the same time, and it may take a while until you're able to fix it. There could be a different reason. Sometimes the fix is easy, sometimes it takes much longer. So of course at that time you have 12 cards not working, not generating any profits. And for me, this is where the difference of saving a bit of money to begin with may cost me in the long run. So this is why I prefer the 6 ones, because even if because it does happen, I have shown you many videos where one rig is down, then the other one is down, but at least the rest of the rigs are working. So if I had them in one, it will be down one and that's it. And it could, as I said, it could take a while to fix. But when I have them in two, when one is down, at least the other rig is working, generating money. Then when the other one is down, at least the other one is working. So I think this is definitely the most important benefit of having obviously 6 GPU rigs instead of bigger and bigger mining rigs, because to me that is really the most important. And I think you will agree with me, because I don't know, have you dealt with mining rigs, but if you have, I'm sure you understand the frustration if you have a rig down and a 6 GPU rig. So can you imagine if you have a 12 GPU mining rig down, the whole rig down? Let's say Windows bugged up, and and you gotta pre-install it and all this, and it takes a while, and and or if you're not at home and you're away and you can't do nothing, and that's all you've built just so you saved a few dollars to begin with, and you have one big giant 12 GPU rig and you're away for a few days, let's say an example, and then the rig is down and you can't do nothing from wherever you are, then you're not generating any money. However, if when it's two separate rigs, two separate 6 GPU rigs, if one of them is down, at least the other one is working and still generating some money. So this is why I personally prefer the 6 GPU rig, guys. Oh, well, thank you for watching, guys. Feel free to comment down below with your feedback and your thoughts on the matter. I appreciate any comment, so we can all learn from each other and see your opinion on this, guys. Do you prefer also the small rigs, or do you prefer to go gigantic? I mean, I think as of lately, the next big thing, it looks like how big of a rig you can build. And I think this is going a bit out of proportion, really. I mean, 13, 14, 15 maybe soon, I have no idea. But why? What's the point of it? Just to save you quit? And I've just explained to you. If you're a small miner, it could definitely, in a long run, cost you actually more money, for you saving this little bit of money to begin with. Thank you for watching, guys. I do appreciate your help. If you do enjoy the channel, feel free to subscribe and share. And if you're with Genesis Mining, feel free to support me and use my 3% discount code. You can find it in the description in the comment section. And next week, guys, I will be doing 50 upgrades with your codes. Everyone that has supported me, use my code. I'll use your one back. It's a big week for me, and I want to thank you and support you back, guys. So stay tuned. A lot of things coming up, and I do hope you enjoyed this video. Bye bye for now.